Now, it seems there's a little bit of drama when it comes to the Second Wives Club over here, and I don't know what's going on. There's a woman who goes by the name of Cate Waruguru, who's the Laikipia women's representative, all right? And she is the second wife to a Peter Waweru. And it seems as if he is now getting a divorce from his first wife after now getting married to Kate and her becoming the second wife. Now, his first wife goes by the name of Zipporah Njoki, and he was basically just talking about the whole situation of why they were getting a divorce in the first place. And according to Peter, the reason why he decided to get a divorce from his first wife is because of issues that were irreconcilable and involving alcohol. And he said now once those issues started to bring themselves out, he decided, let me start searching for wife number 2. And then they popped up like Laikipia woman representative, boom. Let me help you. Let me be with you. She was a shoulder to cry on. Kidogo, kidogo, boom, she's the second wife. And this is what now the first wife is saying. She was like, this is the reason why they are actually getting a divorce is not because of any other issues. The reason why they're getting a divorce is because he has now decided to bring a second wife, and it's by force. She had no say in the situation. And basically it was like either she stays or she leaves. It's her choice. It makes me like, people try to romanticize this whole thing of being a second, third, fourth, fifth, 100th wife over here, being the sidekick and everything. And honestly, it doesn't seem to work unless you are in. Why are you laughing?
100 wives kill
People are 100 wives, you know. But honestly, it's like it doesn't seem to work unless you're a Muslim. The Muslims have perfected it because it seems as if everybody knows their place. No one is feeling jealous, blah, blah, blah. But the regular Africans, hey, there seems to be a lot of jealousy. There seems to be a lot of competition. There seems to be a lot of situations where the man doesn't talk to his wife first and let them know that this is the situation and I want to get a second wife. Or even when they're first dating, I plan on getting 3 wives. You're not going to be the only one, you know. And I think that it's really showing that these situations don't work at all.
I'm getting to that point where I'm thinking again, as we talk about relationships and getting into a relationship with someone, know them well enough, because alcoholism is a big issue, yeah? But technically speaking, we always know when someone can drink too much. And at that point, even before you get married to this particular person, then you're always going, I think you drink too much. So unless they're hiding their drinking or whatever flaws they have, it might be drinking, might be other funny vices that we don't like, just get to know your partner well enough before you get into a marriage. Because for me, marriage is forever. There's no we are getting into a marriage playing hopscotch. 10 years, 20 years, you better love me. You better look at me and say, ooh, honey child, I see you and that slay queen who's in my DMs. I am ignoring them.
Yeah.
That's the kind of marriage I want to be in, you know? I don't want to be in a situation where we're getting married and then the next day it's like, I don't like you that much, so I'm going to try and see other people.
Right.
That for me isn't a marriage. That for me is a long-term relationship that was sealed by a certificate. And that is not the life that I am envisioning for myself, sir. So let's get to know our partners before we get to this point where now we're breaking up a couple of years later because you discovered they have a weird habit that you can't kick. You obviously saw the signs. And if you didn't, you haven't been with them long enough for you to make a big commitment like marriage. That's just it.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you've been a first wife, it's going to be hard for you to become a second wife or a third one. If you've been the main chick, it's going to be really hard for you to settle for less and become a second, a side chick. But if you're the first wife, if you are the second wife, and then this first wife happens to divorce the husband because you came into the picture, your space is vacant. Ama?
Oh, you don't just
Who's
get
gonna fill that
up,
space?
you don't become now the first
No, hakuna kupandishwa cheo, my friend. Hata ukikuwa side chick, main chick awachwe, kuna vacancy. Your vacancy ya main inatafutwanga. For me, I believe there's a reason as to why you're the side and not the main. It's because huyu ananipatia something more kukushinda, not necessarily sexual, but there's just something you're getting from this other woman that you cannot replace her. You'd rather have someone else come in and join you mkwe 3, but you don't want to leave this one. So I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe kichwa yangu ni mbaya kidogo, but for me, I believe if you're the second wife, simsikizane tu na first wife basi. Kama bwana amekubali, ongeeni vizuri. Otherwise, the third one will come in. Na ni wewe second wife, utaumia. So for me, and also you don't choose who you fall in love with, because maybe they're just madly in love with each other, but I just don't know.
Until you don't
It's
choose who you fall in love
complicated.
with. You choose. When someone has a husband, a ring on their finger, it's time for you to turn off that heart of yours and find love somewhere else.
Thank you.
You know.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Because normalizing these habits is what is becoming a problem for us. In general, normalizing being a second wife to someone who's already married, because from the sounds of it, it sounds like they were
dated first.
still in that divorce process as he's still finding other people. So for me, that's the problem. Until it has been cut off clean. Unajua, you've cut it off clean, you've had a couple of months of finding rebounds and all of that, that's when you're allowed to date again. But say you're leaving me for someone else. I've said this many times, about 75% of marriages that start from someone else having that start off as an affair, they don't end up surviving the 3rd year goal. And honey child, he's gone 10 years with this one. So clearly he has a track record. You know what? Just pick your battles and let's stop normalizing this thing of people dating married people. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
I see you near my boyfriend. Some things are going to get lost. Someone's face, something's getting lost, honey. Stay away from my man. I don't want it. I don't want it. Stay away. Anyway, we have amazing things still happening on the internet. And